that profit one way or another off things, the legislation either that gets passed or not passed. And I see,
we're working on it. There's a lot more work to do, I'll tell you,
Yeah.
To really make the government work the best way it can for the people.
So let's fast forward to April 1st, 2012. Not too far away.
No, not far at all.
Not far at all. What do you expect to have? What is the goal? What is the package you're looking at? What would you like your ideal package? What would that be to present? Now you have to present this April 1st. Who do you present it to? Let's do it that way.
Well, we'll all put the report together, and the governor will probably present it. So, and we'll present it to the legislature, and the first thing we have to do is get the information. It's hard to say exactly what we need to do, because we need to get a lot of information from the Department of Transitional Assistance to know what's not being done, and to find out where the fraud leaks are, to find out what the educational requirements are, what the work requirements are, how can we limit the cash, how can we put photos on the ID, photos on the cards,
now,
those things.
Are these departments generally cooperative?
Well, you know what? It's my first time on a commission, so I will find out. But I'm hoping, that we're all working towards the same goal here.
Yeah. Well, maybe when that report's done and made public, we can get a copy of it and go over it here.
Yes. Yes. I'm sure
kind of see let people know. A lot of people don't know what our representatives do and stuff, and they see when you get a proclamation and this and that and the other thing. But this is more heavy lifting, is what this is.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of work, but I'm really looking forward to it, because I'm very committed to fixing this program.
Well, it's a serious problem.
It is a serious problem.
It's a serious problem, and it hurts everybody. Okay, there's no winners here. No. Okay, it hurts the taxpayer. It hurts the people that really need the assistance.
Yeah, you know what? It really hurts children.
Yeah.
Especially when you've got people that are buying drugs. These people have kids, and they're buying drugs. What's happening to these poor children?
Yeah, but see, it's these people have kids, and we're paying them to buy drugs is what it is.
Yeah.
Because without that money, they wouldn't buy the drugs. And I don't know if they think, well, if they're going to go out and steal for it or whatever. I don't think everybody that has a problem is going to go out and hold something up.
Right.
So it's just odd though. Like, the cash is just a real problem.
It is. It is.
The cash is a problem. You have to control. So let's look at the high points. The cash is a real problem. You have to identify the recipients, and you have to track the purchases, and also you have to control the retailers.
Yes.
Okay, does that about cover it?
Yeah, I think, in a nutshell, those are the things that we have to look at. And, I really want to look at the work and educational requirement of the recipients, because we should really be transitioning these people. It's called transitional assistance. Right. To get back into society, back into work.
If you like, for example, owe child support and you're out of work, I know that the probate judge will make you show up with 3 places that you went to look for a job every week. You have to come in every 6 weeks and show this to the judge. Okay, and I mean, why don't we do that?
Right. So, and I don't know what those requirements are right now. So I'm very eager to get together with the Department of Transitional Assistance to find out what they are.
Right. Because I've seen that in the past. It's like you're not working. I understand.
Yeah.
That, times are tough. I want to see at least 3 places a week. I want names, addresses, people you talk to, and you come back here every 6 weeks and show me that list. And as long as you do that, I'll temporarily lower your child support obligation. So maybe we look at something like that. It may not be that black and white, but at least show. Same with unemployment benefits. They do it on a lottery basis, but I mean they just routinely you're supposed to keep a log of all the places you look for work, and they do arbitrarily pick you. Mm-hmm. It's not everybody. I don't think they have time to do everybody.
Right.
But they do. They do pick you.
But it's just like drug testing somewhere. You just get picked and. You never know when.
Well, that's part of it too. Drug testing should be another part of getting benefits.
Yeah, I know that Representative Jay Barros filed legislation to drug test recipients of state benefits. So, and that's something that will help people. It's not to say to accuse anyone of anything. It's to help people. If you have a drug problem, let's help you with that drug problem too.
But I mean, a lot of places you work, you have to take a drug test to get you to pay. And then that's to put in an honest day's labor. and you have to take a drug test to get your paycheck. What's the difference?
Right, yeah.
Okay, and that's your money. That's your money that you worked for.
Right.
It's not handout money that somebody else, is putting in for you. Program money. I mean, it's serious, and it shouldn't be taken as like you say. It's not something against you. It's just that's the deal. You want to, if you're going to be on state assistance, then you have to show us that you're willing to, not be on state assistance.
It's like Ronald Reagan says, trust but verify.
Yep.
And that's...
We have trouble. Now, the other problem I have is like, okay, we file all these bills, like you say, Representative Barrows file bills, but like Olivia had said, there are several bills filed other than his about the voter ID that are just sitting up on Beacon Hill.
Right.
Okay. So what's give us the inside on that? Now, not on that particular bill, but I mean, why don't these bills just languish there?
Because the majority party does not want to move them forward.
Okay.
They don't want to vote on them. They don't want them to pass. So they just get killed in committee. And, that's a result of there not being enough balance on Beacon Hill. So we have managed to get a lot done. We're a small party, we're a small group, but we have managed to get a lot done this year. And the more balance we get on there, like I was saying earlier, the better it's going to be for everyone else. The more transparent your government is going to be. The more new people like myself that get elected, we work so hard. And we make the people that have been there for 10, 20 years work a heck of a lot harder too.
Right, and they're always looking over their shoulder now too,
they are,
especially after like what you did to get elected, how you went about it. And
I worked really hard, and and I've really had a great year in the district too. Like we were talking earlier, I kept my promise to the people. I'm very accessible to them, and I hold regular office hours every week, and people really appreciate that
right.
They can just walk in and talk to me about anything that they want, or call me up, and I hear it all the time from people.
Yeah, and you actually took one of my suggestions early on, and that was have them at different hours rather than at
yes.
10 to 2 or whatever,
yes.
because you never get the working people.
Right. So, it's funny you say that, because I'm having some this Saturday, as a matter of fact, because I figure it's good to do it on a weekend sometimes. So I'm having some this Saturday.
Right. And it's nice and it's funny now. You're not in my district, okay? But I know a lot of people in your district, and it. I made a suggestion and you listened to it, and that's really nice. I appreciate that. Yeah. And like I say, it works hand in hand. We love to have you on the show and like to know what you're doing, because you are definitely a very busy person up there, and you have hit the ground running.
Well, the other one other thing that I did this year that was really great.
There's more. Come on. Well, I'm good.
Well, it was good for businesses. So when I got to the State House, there's all these caucuses to represent different issues.
Yep.
And so, I was invited to the Aviation Caucus, the Boating Caucus. There's a bunch of different caucuses. But my invitation to join the Small Business Caucus never came. Well, there was no Small Business Caucus. So I thought,
Go figure.
Gee, small business, well, the most important issue in our state, they create 3 out of every 4 new jobs here in Massachusetts. Many of us are employed by small businesses. So I started a Small Business Caucus so that we can really start addressing their issues and what's important to them. And we've had in some experts to talk to the group about what we need to do to help small businesses survive here in Massachusetts, flourish here in Massachusetts, create new jobs here in Massachusetts.
Oh,
and it's a very bipartisan caucus.
And are you tied in at all to the various chambers of commerce and stuff like that? It seemed to have a lot of handle on a lot of the local businesses. Do you deal with that at all?
Well, I have my local chamber that I'm very active with, and I include them in all my small business caucus things.
Yeah, I know we have the Tri-Town here. They've actually been guests on the show, and our good friend Sheriff Hodgson actually his crew painted their headquarters.
Oh, nice. Yeah, they do a lot of great work at the Bristol County Sheriff's Office.
Yep.
And so we've had, Bill Vernon from NFIB, National Federation of Independent Business, come and talk to our group to tell us what issues are. Unemployment insurance is a big issue for people, for small businesses. Healthcare costs, of course, are a huge issue. Yeah, it is. It really is the biggest issue that I hear from my small business owners in my community.
I really find that to be and I deal with people all over the country in my business, and it's like people are just afraid to hire because of that, and they don't know what the health care is going to be. All they know is it's getting out of control, and there's so much unknown. There's so many gray areas to what's coming or not coming, and it seems like that's really stifling the
It
employment
does.
growth.
People, they don't know how much health care is going to cost. Energy in Massachusetts is really expensive.
Right.
They don't know how much, we're always doing these green initiatives. We're giving special credits to
Yeah, but then that
special
technology
interests.
isn't like the best yet.
No, it's not. So we
it's
shouldn't
not.
be funding it.
You know, and the government should not be our government should not be venture capitalists either.
Free market. It will happen. The free market's the best place to get things done.
I mean, we haven't done, the government does not do a good job at this. If you look at some of the ones that have Solyndra and, these are some high profile ones, but I mean, this has been going on a long time. And again, the government should not be venture capitalists. They should not be the ones picking and choosing who to invest in. I mean, if they have small business loans and we have the Small Business Association and things like that, then there's programs, there's already bounds set up, and there's already, guidelines and everything. And if you want to apply for something, if you're worthwhile, then, you have access to these funds. I just don't think they should be, in that
They shouldn't be cherry picking.
Right. We shouldn't be in that business.
Right. No, we shouldn't.
But now you said there's 33 Republicans in the House, right?
Yes.
Did you notice that you're in a concentration in your area?
Yes. Yes, I think we've got, a contiguous 9 or 10 Republican representatives, down the coast. So it's very exciting here.
Yeah. So you're a hot spot.
Yeah, we are. We are.
You know what they say, though? One grenade will get you all.
No.
Right?
We work too hard. We'll just throw it right back out there.
I'm sure you never heard that one before. So what else you got cooking? You must have a few other things in your bag of tricks here. Anything else special you got coming up, or?
Well, those are my big issues right now that I'm working on. Those and working in the district. I've got a few more little projects cooking that I haven't.
You've said you didn't say the most important one, and that's why I like you so much. And that's I have to worry about getting reelected.
Oh well, yeah.
And let
You're right.
Let me tell you something.
You can tell I'm not.
If you want to be in an election, don't run against Shaunna, because I'll tell you, Taunton's a big, big place, and you literally knocked on every door in Taunton.
I did a lot. I really did, and I actually did it again this summer. Well, I did it from maybe August to November again this year, because I want people to know that I don't just come knocking on your door when it's voting time. I'm always here for you, and so people really appreciated that too.
And I know you went and visited my in-laws a couple of times, and that's before you even knew who they were.
Right. Yes. And
my favorite story, I got to tell you, I got to share this with the people. This is my favorite story, is that we had done some work together here in the kitchen, and we got you some DVD copies. And I had a fellow working with me that lived in Taunton, and I gave him the copies, and I said, can you get these over to Shaunna's headquarters? And he said, no problem. He took them home, and next thing you know, you knocked on his door.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
He said, you're Shaunna.
Yeah,
these are from
funny.
Dan.
I know, it's so funny, because I see people all the time, Dan, in the grocery store, at the library, wherever, and I'll introduce myself, and they say, oh, I know you already. You knocked on my door. So a lot of people know me that way.
I will say you've done a good job. You've kept all your promises that you've made, so far, and I have no fear that you'll keep going. You've stayed in touch with all the people that helped you get in office, and a lot of people worked hard with you and worked hard for you, and you've stuck with them, and you've stuck to your guns, and it's very refreshing to see that. You're not a career politician. You're a career mom. Yeah,
right. Yeah, I like that. An unpolitician.
Yeah, and the kids are well, and your husband Ted's doing fine.
They are. They're great.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah.
And so they see a little less of mom these days.
It's really a nice balance, because I can work anywhere all the time. A lot of things I do. So I usually bring my kids to school almost every day. I pick them up at least 3 days a week, and maybe 2 or 3 days a week, and I volunteer at their school every Friday.
Right.
So, I really still am there.
And if we keep getting abuses of the system, they can go home and watch you on TV too.
Yeah, they get excited, and they go to school and their friends say, oh, I saw your mom, so it's kind of cool for them.
Well, I want to thank you. You're doing a great job.
Well, thanks,
you've done all the things you said you would, and you hit the ground running, and you've really jacked things up a level. You really have set the bar up, quite high. And
Well, we have to, and you know, we really have to concentrate on helping small businesses this year. That's going to be my, you know, this EBT issue and the small business issue are really my main focuses.
right. Well, that's good. You can't, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day, but then
That's
again,
right,
you
yeah.
weren't running the job. So, no, it's good. You're not taking on too much, but you are taking on some very important issues, and you've done